Found that cabinet. It's metal. Pretty cool. Got some cool stickers on there. Found that in Lawn Boy lawnmower. So I grabbed them. Bit of a mess over there, but I've been threatening to do this for a while. Kind of do a tour of my vintage Coleman stuff, and there's a couple off brands in there too. But it's not a whole lot. And there's a couple things that are missing, but I thought I'd go through it real quick. If there's any other vintage Coleman collectors out there. I'm gonna start left to right. Save that from the dumpster too, and it works. It's actually made in Massachusetts, East Longmeadow. We got a camp oven. I think that's from the 60s. Now that's not Coleman, that's Sears. For a long time, Sears actually branded Coleman, but they also had their own line called the Hillary line. That was named after this guy, Sir Edmund Hillary, and he was the first guy to successfully climb Mount Everest. So appropriate to name some outdoor stuff after him. I'll get to that stove in a minute. And near as I can tell, Sears' best stuff was always really good. Have a lot of their tools. But I think it's a 96 or 97. I don't think it was used at all, and I've used it. I use all this stuff. Next is my other Coleman stove. That, it's an 88. It's propane. I have a white gas one too, but it's not in this video. Works great. Kind of a pain with the sides. They don't fold out. You gotta snap them in, but other than that, it's fine. And that's the box for the stand that Coleman stove is on. That thing is fantastic. If you can find one, it's worth every penny. You can use it 100 different ways as a table. Fit the coolers, fit the stove, and it packs, tiny. That box is 2x2 by 20, 24. Picks up no room in the truck. Funny story about that cooler right there. Me and my dad were doing a metal cleanup at a buddy of his house, and he had one just like it, and it was beautiful. It was a little newer. Had the flip out plastic handles. It was mint. So I said, I'm putting that aside. So I did. Evidently I didn't put it out of the way enough, because our other buddy backed into it with a Case Construction King backhoe and crushed it. So I had to buy one, and that one wasn't cheap, but it is basically brand new. Came with the box. And what's cool about it, same year I was born, 81. I got all the accessories with it. Not this, obviously, but you got your stuff, your tray to keep your breads dry. This is cool. This is another tray. You fill it with water, you freeze it, and keeps whatever your cold meats or whatever in there cold, and it's a freezer pack for the cooler. The cooler is basically brand new. Don't think this one has. Yeah, this one does not have the bottle openers. That's an 81. This one underneath, I found on Craigslist because I love the color. It's gotten a little banged up because it goes in the cooler rack on the front. This one has 2 bottle openers. This one I think is a 77, 76, but it's in great shape too. And I have the accessories for that, but I don't feel like taking them off. They're very similar. It's a tray and a jug that you freeze. Next, one of my propane lanterns. My propane lantern. I actually found this in town, driving through one of the neighborhoods, and I saw that box, and I immediately knew, Coleman from the 80s. As you can see, they actually match, which is pretty cool. They kind of did that wood grain, and they were putting it out for free. I couldn't get out of the truck quick enough to grab it. Works great. Use it frequently. Works awesome. Next, the oven. Now, when I was little and we went camping, you know, on the box, you know, my dad still has his, and we have the box for it. It showed the available accessories, and we had the tea, but there's my stand. We have the skillet, and we always thought the oven was cool. But I always thought it was kind of a gimmick, and then I got it, and I was like, wow, it's heavy, and it works really well. We'll do biscuits on the beach. We'll do cookies for the kids. You can adjust the rack height. You know, basically it extracts heat from your burner. It's not a broiler, it's an oven, so it heats from the bottom. And we've done a lot of stuff in it. I have a 9x9 pan that I put in it. You could probably put something a little bigger, but it works awesome. Next is the table. Well, no, next is really the stand. Like I said, the stand's fantastic. And then I made this. I put my utensils, hang them there, the knife or whatever, little workstation. Again, it's small. Coleman jug, I got that on eBay, new old stock. I forget what year that is. But got the cap and the cup. 77. That's how you date them. They're always kind of into the form of the plastic, or if it's steel, it's stamped in it. You can rebuild these. You can unscrew it from the inside, replace the seals. Lasts forever. Works great. Make Kool-Aid or Gatorade. And this was I paid decent money for this. I really wanted it. It's a beautiful stove. A little bit bigger burners than the Coleman. It's got the chrome drip tray. It's a little fancier. Cooks fantastic. Like I said, it's a little dirty. I haven't, going through all this, I realized when I put it away, I hadn't cleaned any of it. The table's really cool. Really strong. Use that on the beach too. I store a lot of stuff in it because it's probably 3 inches thick, so 6 inches total. Put a lot of stuff in there. Put your propane bottles in there if you need to. But originally you could get them with folding chairs that actually fit in there too. This little setup, not Coleman, this is homemade. When you go on the beach, on the trails, you need a board, 18 by 18 or steel, 3/16. So that's 3/16 diamond plate. And then piece of 1-inch gas pipe threaded. And put that collar on there. I just clamp it with a couple spring clamps, thread it on, dig a little hole with the army shovel there, and it's just an extra prep table if I need it, and usually I do use it. It's quick, it's handy, and again, takes up no room in the truck. Finally, over here, found this at a flea market. It was covered in about a 1/2 inch of grime, the case and the lantern, and it cleaned up beautiful. I think that's an 83. I didn't have to rebuild it or anything. I used the white gas that was in it, fired up, and works awesome. The case is cool too. It's kind of big, kind of bulky, but it protects it. These are cool. This is like a convertible cooler. As you can see, it's got chrome legs on there, and it's got the regular latch like the other ones, and it's got. I don't have the. I think it was a freezer pack and a shelf. I don't have it, but I forget what size cookie sheet fits in there perfect. I use this a lot here if we're having company. I'll make my hamburger or my chicken. I'll set up a table outside next to the grill, and I'll have it all in here so I don't have to go in and out. Keeps it cold. It's just a cool little cooler, a little outdoor fridge kinda, and it works great. But it's fun stuff. Use all of it. Oh, last but not least, my original sleeping bag. I got this when I was real little. Made in Wichita, Kansas. It's still zippers. I bet that's 84, 85, probably 84. 36 years old. Anyway, hope you liked the video. Hope it wasn't too long-winded. This took a long time to set up. I deliberately didn't put a lot of this stuff away. I actually had to go up into the attic and dig that out, and I'm missing a heater. I don't know where that is. That thing's pretty cool too. Got the old fishing net that I salvaged from a house clean out we were doing. Yeah, it's a pretty good collection. Everything here gets used. It all gets run. Usually get some good compliments on it. Everybody likes seeing this stuff, much like the old trucks or old tools. This stuff is made to be used. It's it looks nice, but I like to use it. I enjoy it. It functions well, and keeps keeps that stuff cold, keeps that stuff hot, and gives you some light. Have a good time. Doesn't take up a ton of room. Doesn't cost a ton of money. My kind of fun.